Hi everyone, it's super fun, happy camp kitchen part 2. Food, organized food, vlog post. I know y'all were getting pretty sleepy listening to my soothing and calming voice over the past few days, and I was also lulling myself to a sweet sleepy abyss. But now I'm going to show you what you've probably seen part of in some of the previous posts. So today I'm focusing on the food that I brought with me and how I store it. Here we go. I have 3 types of basic storage. Fresh veggies, and those are in the boxes here. Dried goods, which are over here in these 2. I had just kind of a cheap 2-tier shoe rack. So that just made the different areas for me to put stuff. So as you can see behind there, I have like a hanging organizer. It just goes in the back of the car. It's got maybe 4 or 5 different compartments, so I can put my onions, my lemons, sweet potatoes, apples, in the different pockets back there. Garlic, I've got some garlic back there. And I know which ones they're in, so I don't have to take out the storage. I can just put my hand in the back there and pull it out. To store my veggies, I bought veggie containers. I have not perfected this method in the car because the temperature in the car fluctuates so much depending on the heat outside, the temperature outside, and the amount of sun in the car. So I would not wholeheartedly recommend this method yet, but I've only had to throw out a few veggies that had gone bad. But it's not ideal. However, these things at home in the refrigerator for me have made the veggies last so much longer than they otherwise would. So if you're like me and don't use up your veggies like within days after getting them, I would definitely recommend these because they're super helpful. But one of the things that I liked about these for the car was, 1, it was a safe place to keep fresh veggies, and 2, I could see what veggies I had, and I could easily see like whether I needed to start using them. So let me start with the smaller ones. The 2 small ones, they have the ability to have ventilation or not. This one has 2 little compartments. And what's really nice about these things, especially on the road, is that I can rinse the veggies in here and then pull them out, and they're drained because they're in that separate compartment. So it makes it really easy to wash veggies and fruits on the road. On these bigger ones, that goes with that one, so does that one. Again, you can pull them out, and then you can put in a divider either down the middle or split it like half and half like that. And this one I have just a small head of cabbage, so that fits pretty nicely. The larger ones are really good for leafy greens. I was able to fit a whole cauliflower in this. If I were more organized, I probably would have put the cauliflowers into florets before putting them in here and then just be able to use them that way. It was kind of my intention, but it hasn't worked out that way. In this one, I have daikon on the bottom with a separator and then carrots on top. So that's pretty easy to see. And again, this has the airflow. And then in this one, I have scallions and radish. As well as these containers, which fit nicely on the shoe rack. I have just a couple of mesh veggie bags. which sometimes I'll use like to take some of the veggies on a hike. And then I have these reusable zip bags. So I just put half an onion in there. I have, I think, 2 gallon size to almost 4 cup size, 30 fluid ounce, and then 2 snack sizes. So that's my veggie containment. Okay. Similar to my clothing 3-drawer thing, I bought another one that I use for food. So up here I have my grains, all dry grains. I've got like rice and millet and pasta, popcorn. I also have my dry canned fish because that's just kind of where it fit. I put some of the grains in these reusable bags. It's an easy way to store it. Second drawer, I have my beans and other dried goods, lentils, beans. So these drawers also are a good way to see not only where everything is, but how much you have left. So I know if I need to restock. And down here I have my plates and bowls and mugs and utensils. And that just stays right there in that car always. In the back seat, passenger side, I have this box full of like my spices and stuff, and then my cooler down here. So my cooking spices and stuff I keep in here. Basically just have oil, soy sauce, salt and pepper, maple syrup, apple cider vinegar, sesame oil, homemade plum vinegar, mirin, baking soda and baking powder. Some of this stuff was for the sourdough. Got some cinnamon, let's see what else, and some red pepper flakes. I also have an apron in there, which I've used just a couple of times when I think that there might be some splatter and I don't want to get it on my clothes, which I might then be either sleeping in the tent or have it in the tent in the drawers. Also have some tea. Ooh, and I used to have hot chocolate packets in there, but I think I need to pick some more up because that was really good. That was especially good on those cold nights. That is an A++. A must. Okay, here was my big experiment that was not consistent. This is like a ceramic pot, and since I wasn't bringing any fresh or frozen animal food or product, I wasn't too worried about, you know, some temperature fluctuations. So this has a spigot here, and I was thinking that I could put ice on the bottom and then just drain it when it melts. Well, I never ended up buying any ice, which I should have, but I just didn't. But it fits like tofu, fits a lot. And actually it's pretty cool even though it's warm out. I've got some miso. This is where I keep my kimchi. Let me show you. Mustard, caper, sauerkraut. So it does fit a lot, and I think it could work. The way it could work better, I think, is if you get a seal, because you see how much this moves. If you use ice maybe and put it at the bottom and did drain it, like was my original plan, then I think it could work really well and keep it out of the sun. It definitely needs to be kept out of the sun, because this is pretty cool and it's hot out today, but it was in the car in the shade. So overall, I think it could work with some added sealing here, like rubber around there, and some ice. So that's my food storage. Woohoo! Happy fun, super fun. Camping kitchen part 2. Food, organized food.